If you own a business in the US, or you want to start one, and you don't want to go to jail or pay a huge fine, they need to know about a new law that takes effect in less than 1 month. Let's get into it. The law that I'm talking about is called the Corporate Transparency Act, or the CTA for short, and it will affect the over 30 million businesses that currently exist and the nearly 4 million new businesses that are formed every year. What are some of the key points of the CTA? I'll give you 10 of them. Number 1, the CTA was enacted, 1, to prevent the misuse of U.S. entities for criminal purposes, and 2, to help law enforcement to identify and prevent criminal activity, for example, money laundering. Number 2, the effective date of the CTA is January 1st, 2024. Thus, after this date, businesses have to comply with the law. Number 3, under the CTA, reporting companies are defined as 1, domestic entities like LLCs and corporations that are created by filing paperwork with the U.S. State Secretary of State or similar office. And 2, entities formed in countries outside of the U.S. that are registered in the U.S. by filing paperwork with the Secretary of State or a similar office. Reporting companies are required to file a report with the U.S. Department of Treasury, specifically the Financial Crimes Enforcement Network, otherwise known as FinCEN. This report is called a Beneficial Ownership Information Report, or a BOI report. There are certain companies like insurance companies and nonprofits that are not considered to be reporting companies, and they're actually exempt from the reporting requirement. Number 4, reporting companies must submit to FinCEN 1, information about the reporting company, 2, personal information about its beneficial owners, and 3, personal information about the company applicants. Instead of providing personal information, beneficial owners and company applicants can alternatively use an identifying number assigned by FinCEN. Number 5, a beneficial owner is an individual who, 1, either owns or controls at least 25% of the reporting company, or 2, exercises substantial control over a reporting company. While some exemptions apply, information about the beneficial owners must be disclosed in a BOI report. Number 6, information about the company applicant, which according to the CTA includes individuals who file the paperwork to create or register an entity, and those who direct the filing must also be in the BOI report. It's important to note that entities that were formed or registered in the United States before January 1st, 2024 don't need to provide information about company applicants. Number 7, information reported under the CTA is not publicly available. Information reported under the CTA can only be accessed by certain governmental agencies. For example, federal law enforcement agencies and certain financial institutions. Number 8, the reporting deadline for a reporting company depends on the date that the entity was formed or registered in the U.S. Entities formed or registered in the United States before January 1st, 2024 must submit BOI reports by January 1st, 2025. Entities formed or registered in the U.S. between January 1st, 2024 and December 31st, 2024 must submit BOI reports within 90 days of formation or registration of the entity. So, for example, if you form a new LLC in New York on January 15, 2024, you have until April 14, 2024 to submit the report. Entities formed or registered in the U.S. after January 1st, 2025 have 30 days to submit reports. If a reporting company provides inaccurate information in a BOI report, then the reporting company has 30 days from the date they become aware of the mistake to file the correct information. After this, the only time a reporting company needs to file an updated BOI report is if the information provided in the previously submitted report has changed. Companies will have up to 30 days after the change has occurred to report those changes. Number 9, purposely providing false information or failing to report complete information to FinCEN can result in up to a $10,000 fine and up to 2 years in jail. Number 10, there is no fee to file a BOI report with FinCEN. And a bonus point, some states like New York and California are in the process of passing laws similar to the CTA. Given all of that, what does reporting look like in practice? At the moment, no one has a clue. Well, maybe those people who are creating the portal do. Anywho, that's because the reporting system doesn't become live until the effective date of the CTA, i.e. January 1st, 2024. So, just like you, everyone, including reporting companies and their advisors, are waiting until the ball drops to take action to comply with the CTA.